Hi YouTube users, it's me again, Akira Sachi, Talk Shows. Now, I spoke with a very interesting person about homosexuality and everything else, and he told me something very interesting yet crazy at the same time. He said that being gay was genetic, and my first reaction was to say, like, no, that's not how it works. It's more like a choice. But let me say this again. Let me say this. I'm not saying it as in a choice, as in we sit in a line, us males, sit in the line to be gay or straight. I'm not saying it in that. I'm saying more as in a choice, like throughout his life, well, that individual life to be more precise, that he went through something, as in the women that probably could have been treating him wrong. He said, like, hey, I'm going to draw a line, and I'm just going to, like, transcend over here, since how things are going over here is not to my liking. More like that. I'm not saying like they chose to be gay, because nobody's just going to choose to be gay, but not thinking about the consequences right in front of them. But we kind of like discussed it on and on about it, how being gay was genetic, and I found it quite absurd because it's not genetic. Anybody in their right mind would tell you that. I know there's an answer to it, but I wouldn't say that being gay is genetic. It's kind of crazy how people say the most craziest damn thing, but don't think for once, like, why can't you find your own answer? Because he was bringing up a theory that a psychologist, whatever way you pronounce that, excuse me, came up with this theory about how being gay was genetic. But I find it really fucked up. Because just to think that would be crazy. Wouldn't it be the same for being straight? I don't know. Maybe it's some type of deeper meaning that kind of convoys to this. They probably have some type of hatred towards them, and they're trying to figure out another way to humiliate them in another way. There's plenty of things that you can probably think up from this. But my thoughts, so that you guys get the big picture, is not genetic. Either by the lifestyle that you kind of like live, and it kind of just evolves from there. You either choose to deal with this and be straight, or you transcend over there and actually embark on a new era. It's not genetic. I find that you either choose it. And again, let me get this straight. I'm not saying as in choose, as in you stick in that line. Again, as I said before, I'm saying as in throughout your life you've been dealing with some certain type of situation, and it kind of changed how you viewed your own sexuality, saying like, hey, I'm not into women, but for some reason I get that warm fuzzy feeling with men. That's what I'm saying, is like basically how the way you kind of live your lifestyle, it kind of like shows that big picture on where you're going. I'm not saying as in they would choose to want to go through this pain and suffering and getting picked on about their own sexuality. I'm saying is in that they went through that phase and figured out that that was not their thing, so they went over there. But it was really interesting that he said that. I find it really interesting that people think that being gay is genetic when it's not. It really isn't. You guys need to read up on it and find out the true answer, other than basing these theories, because all these theories are just educated guesses with science to actually make it credible, but over time data can actually change. It's not always concrete on certain cases. It actually changes. But I don't know what else to say. It actually damnly made me cry just a tad bit, just to think that people think it's being genetic. But again, I don't know what else to say. I know it's really mortifying. But please stay tuned, because I will be talking about this, because it's a very touchy subject. But other than that, stay tuned, and sayonara.